At 6:53, it's time now for our Friday morning sprint here on Good Morning Northwest. Our Rio Barber is live, and we'll check in with Chief Meteorologist Kristen Walls in just a minute. But first, here's a look at today's top stories. Police are looking for the suspects involved in a drive-by shooting near downtown Yakima yesterday. They responded to a shots fired call at about 4:30 p.m. in an alley near 9th Avenue and Spruce Street. They found two men in their early 20s on the scene with gunshot wounds. Both were transported to local hospitals. The suspect vehicle is described as a white Nissan Altima. Police believe the shooting was gang-related. Richmond police have arrested a man connected to a shooting in February. Jeffrey Remke was extradited from Oregon this week. On February 15th, shots were fired on Sanford Avenue near Swift. One person was hurt who ended up being a suspect in the case. Multiple homes and cars were also hit. Remke is facing several charges, including assault in the first, drive-by shooting, and unlawful possession of a firearm. 22-year-old Shayla Sosi was in court this week in Umatilla County for the murder of Christian Rodriguez Cavillo. Cavillo was stabbed to death back in June. Police say Sosi and Rodriguez were in a relationship at the time of the stabbing. Sosi was arrested in Walla Walla and was transferred back to Oregon last month for the trial. Her bail is set at $10 million. And progress made in a 24-year-old cold case murder out of Pasco. Ezekiel Romero, accused of killing a father and injuring his son, is in the Franklin County Jail. Back on July 5th, 1995, Pasco police were called to a drive-by shooting at an apartment complex. Just 2 weeks ago, officers in Salt Lake City arrested Romero.
I want those families, to get the closure they need, and the individuals responsible to deal with the adjudication process and be held accountable for their actions. Those cases don't get put on a shelf and get forgotten about.
Romero was on a plane heading to Salt Lake when he was arrested, and he'll be back in court on November 12th. Nurses at Kadlec are speaking out after voting to authorize a strike on Wednesday. The nurses say they're fighting over staffing, safety, and benefits, but Kadlec says they believe their offers have been fair.
It covers not only regular vacation time, but it covers us when we need to call in sick, we need to take care of families. All we want is our benefits to be left alone.
This includes market-leading compensation. Average salaries are $78,000 a year. Vacation benefits are up to 5 to 7 weeks a year, among other things.
The nurses in hospital are in the process of setting new dates to continue their negotiations. Benton County Sheriff Jerry Hatcher has agreed to temporarily reinstate commission cards to corrections officers. The sheriff's office said the commissioner's office asked for help with safety issues. Commission cards allow corrections officers to carry guns, make court arrests, and serve warrants. They were reissued and expire on November 30th.
And that live look outside right now from Richland's Columbia Point, still dark at this hour. We're looking at a very chilly start. Some locations even down into the teens this morning. Yakima and Ellensburg, Tri-Cities, we're at 20 degrees. Hermiston at 19, and then over into Walla Walla, we're at 25 degrees. But very quiet around the Pacific Northwest, which is going to be a good weekend if you plan on traveling. Here's Futurecast again later on this afternoon. Still mostly sunny sky. More beautiful weather in the forecast for your Saturday, even on Sunday. Any kind of active weather remaining well off to our east. So it's going to be a good weekend to travel and head outside, as we'll have some warmer temperatures as well. Here's your forecast, though, for today. We're going to be up to 48 in the Tri-Cities with 47 in Walla Walla and 47 degrees in Yakima. Your 7-day forecast here in the Tri-Cities with lots of sun this weekend as we turn those clocks back. 54 on Sunday, and then warmer even Monday and Tuesday with those highs in the upper 50s. Not a drop of rain over the next 7 days. And then that 7-day forecast as well for Yakima. We're going to have those numbers climbing up as well this weekend. 55 degrees on Sunday, and then those upper 50s by Monday and Tuesday. Certainly going to feel like a heat wave compared to these numbers we've been in. And as I mentioned, we can't forget that it's before you head to bed on Saturday night. So November 3rd, actually on Sunday at 2 a.m. in the morning, those clocks turn back. So that daylight saving time is going to be coming to an end. So while it feels like it's going to take forever to get light outside this morning, keep in mind the sunset time after daylight savings is going to be right around 4:30 in the afternoon.
That's just going to
feel it's going to get hard to get used to, but I will say I'm always a fan of that extra hour of sleep.
Yes, me too.
I'm sure many folks are going to enjoy it this weekend.
Well, thank you so much, Kristen. And as always, thank you so much for joining us here on Good Morning Northwest. We hope that you have a great start to your November, and Good Morning America is next.